Saturday, it's time to talk technology as we kick off the Experts program with Luis Alvarez here on Power Talk Radio. Hello, Luis.
Hey, Mark. How are you?
Doing pretty good. We've got a great story to start off with today from CNN Business that LinkedIn knows that they have a lot of fake accounts on the site. Now they want to help users spot them bot accounts, I guess is what a lot of them are called. And all online platforms, whether it's Twitter or LinkedIn or Facebook, a lot of them are really beset with bot accounts. And why is it such a big deal with LinkedIn?
Well, LinkedIn is kind of it's a platform that business people use to not only connect with other business people, but with legitimate businesses. They use LinkedIn for recruiting new employees, for advertising their goods and wares. So unlike Facebook and Instagram or even Twitter, where it's kind of a free-for-all, mostly focused on the consumer, LinkedIn has always had a reputation of being kind of above all of that and instead just being focused on business people. The problem is that the bad guys, of course, as we talk about all the time, they never rest. And they are recognizing that people treat LinkedIn with less suspicion and with less concern than they do other social media. So when you get a request to connect with somebody, if you want to connect with another person on LinkedIn, you send them a request and then they approve that request and suddenly you're connected. And they can see a lot of information about you. And a lot of it is business related or education related or places you've worked, those sorts of things. But the bad guys are trying to connect with business people so that they can learn about them and do things like targeted spear phishing. And we're talking here about specifically learning all about you so that they can be very specific in how they try to get you to reveal more information about yourself, using manipulation to try to get you to believe that that person that you're connecting with is somebody who you can trust. So LinkedIn is now beset by these fake accounts. And one of the things that they're doing is they're trying to implement new ways to verify the accounts that you're talking to are real people and not just make-believe people.
So apparently the company has removed, in the second half of 2021, they removed nearly 12 million fake accounts at registration and another 4.5 million before they were ever reported by other users. So it sounds like they're doing a pretty good job of it. And most of this is being done by AI tools.
Yeah. So AI tools can go in and they can look at an account and say, this account doesn't have enough information or it's sketchy. It doesn't have a picture. It was created in the last week, but already has 200 connections. Let's look into it. And then they eliminate those accounts when they realize that they're just fake accounts being created to harvest credentials and harvest other information and, trying to target people for social engineering.
Right.
But there's still quite a bit of accounts out there that look very real, that people try to connect with legitimate business people as a way to get them to build a trust relationship and then later exploit that relationship.
And I guess the other thing with that is when these bots create it and then the AI tools that LinkedIn has go after that, they notice that. Does that then turn it over to a human who takes a look at it and kind of verifies it? Oh, yeah, this does look like it's fake.
Yeah, depending on the level of fakery. If it's pretty obvious, the AI will say, yeah, this is definitely something that is not real. I can delete this automatically. Otherwise, it will flag it and send it to somebody in the network or security operations center that LinkedIn maintains and have a human take a closer look at it and make sure that this is not a legitimate account, because they don't want to eliminate legitimate accounts, even if they are a little sketchy. But they do want to make sure that people feel safe when they're on the platform and when they're interacting with other people, that they can have an opportunity to verify that the people that they're talking to are legit.
So, Luis, if I'm on LinkedIn and I'm seeing that there are a bunch of people or accounts that are asking for me to connect to them, are there any things that I can do looking at them to see if these are legit or not? Like, are there any telltale signs that you look for in connection requests that would tell you, oh, that's a fake, that's a bot, stay away?
Yeah, so what I do, very good point. What I do is I take a look at the person. And first off, I ask myself, do I really want to connect with this person for whatever reason? A lot of times I'll get legitimate connection requests, but it's obvious that they're trying to sell me something. And I get enough of those that I don't need anymore. So I just don't respond to those or delete those. Other times, if I do want to connect with somebody, I check their profile, make sure that they have business email, that the information that they have looks legit, whether it's education or the places that they've worked. And then finally, I look at the other connections that they have. Is it somebody who has just a handful of connections and they're trying to build their base of network? Then I may not necessarily necessarily say, I want to be part of that at this point. But if they have a lot of connections and some of those I recognize, and there are people that might be, 1 or 2 degrees of separation from me, then I'll accept that connection.
Okay, well, good to know. All right, that's Luis Alvarez, CEO of the Alvarez Technology Group, joining us today on Power Talk, telling us about LinkedIn and avoid those bot accounts, all right? AlvarezTG.com is their website, at AlvarezTG. That's the Twitter handle. And Luis, the toll-free number for the I-Team.
Give us a call at 866-78-I-TEAM. That's 866-784-8326.